Gretchen?
No doubt about that. All right, Doug McElway, thank you. And for more on this, let's bring in John Yob, a delegate for the Virgin Islands and a Rules Committee member to the RNC convention, as well as a former national political director for presidential candidate Rand Paul, and the author of Chaos, The Outsider's Guide to a Contested Republican National Convention. John, it's great to have you on The Real Story. Let's start with what Doug McElway was just telling us, that it seems like we're having Rubio team up with Cruz, at least in Arkansas, to try and stop Trump. But then we had John Kasich helping out Donald Trump in the state of Michigan. Do you expect that we're going to see more and more of this since you are a seasoned delegate?
Well, I would give the Cruz campaign a lot of credit with Jeff Rowe, the campaign manager, and the excellent job they're doing in these contests. But I think you'll see that on a state-by-state basis, you're going to see various campaigns teaming up in order to maximize the election of these Rules Committee members, Credentials Committee members, Permanent Organization Committee members, and Platform Committee members to make sure that they have their voices heard on those critical committees that will ultimately determine who wins the nomination in Cleveland. Yeah,
because I guess, you know, with Rubio's delegates, they have to remain bound to him, at least on the first ballot. And he, frankly, has more than John Kasich right now. Both of them could become kingmakers of sorts, could they not?
Those delegates are very, very important. Conventional wisdom is such, the rules aren't finalized yet, as you know, but conventional wisdom is such that it'll be analyzed on a case-by-case basis in terms of whether those delegates are bound or unbound. But certainly the candidates who suspend their campaigns or ultimately don't get ballot access, those delegates are going to be critically important, almost as important as the free agent delegates from the free agent states and territories across the country.
Yeah, we're trying to keep all that straight. We need a primer ourselves here. So let's turn now to the Virgin Islands, where you are a delegate. The Virgin Islands has 9 total GOP delegates, and they are all unbound. But John, explain this to us, because actually you're from Michigan, and you just recently moved to the Virgin Islands. How did you become a delegate for the Virgin Islands?
Well, first, I would encourage everyone to consider moving to Paradise. The Virgin Islands is a beautiful place to live, work, and raise a family. I've been spending a lot of time there over the last decade or so. Moved there last year. My children go to school there. I own a home there, and I ran for delegate there. Virgin Islands Republican Party has been in a little bit of turmoil. They've had some debt. They've had some problems. They haven't elected any Republicans to office down there in a long, long time. And so the folks down there are hungry for new leadership. And we were able to get the support of the national committeemen, several of the party officers, and ultimately win the most votes in the caucus, about 3 times the number of votes that anybody had received last time.
Okay, so you are also on the Rules Committee. So when you became a delegate in the Virgin Islands, was it a separate election then for you to become on the Rules Committee, or you were the top vote getter, so that put you on the Rules Committee? How did it work?
Yeah, we had a separate meeting last Friday where we selected the committee assignments and the delegation chairman. Republican National Committeeman Holland Redfield was elected as the delegation chairman, and I was elected to the Rules Committee.
It's a fascinating process, and we're just getting started on the whole thing. John Yob, delegate from Virgin Islands, thank you.